Hi folks, right, back to the acrylics as watercolour, which I seem to like. I think gives a bit more scope for stippling. And I've got a couple of brushes here that I bought 20 odd years ago. Beautiful brushes for stippling, I hope. I used to use them for stipple, well I still do, for oil painting, stipple. Look, the bristles break better than the hake, than a much softer hake. But the bristles are just a little bit stiff. I think, if I recall, that if you clean your brushes, the oil paint in white spirit, the bristles go quite brittle. That's why I used to use paraffin or kerosene to clean the brushes. Deadly stuff if you keep breathing it in, as I did. But it does keep the bristles lovely and soft because it's an oil. So I just use, well here I'm just going to use water. But if I'm using oil, then I would clean them with washing up liquid. That's all you need. Wonderful stuff. Get it out of your jeans if you get oil on them. Acrylic, not so. If you let the bristles or the brushes dry with acrylic anywhere near them, you'll lose them if you know. So just remember that. Now 3 colours. I'm using the tray I started with. This was the sort of tray that Ron Ranson had. So it's the large tray. That's the medium tray, it's half the size. But that's a very convenient size. But I'm just going to spread it out a little bit with this one. I used this for years. But then I sort of got into the small palettes are more convenient, more portable. They're light enough to hold. Okay, so first off, I don't know what I'm going to paint. Oh yes, I do. I'm going to have a go at another Saltmarsh. So let's get the paper nice and wet. I did an oil painting yesterday. If you haven't, well, you won't have seen it because it's for the Patreon, my patrons. But I did do a short trailer of just a description of what I did. That was very interesting. I used the Fabriano £130 studio paper for the oil paintings. If I want to change from MDF, you don't need any preparation for it. Right, let's get a nice sky. So just a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Oh, just. Oh, I'll get a bit more red in there. More of an orangey colour. It's beautiful, this paper and watercolour. If you work on dry paper with acrylic as watercolour, you'll find that it will bleed out and then stop. It's not that soluble. I think it was Chromacolour, America, developed a range of artist quality acrylic paints that would bleed out far more than the ordinary acrylic. Let's put a bit of blue, or a bit of bluey cloudy stuff. Sort of. there. Okay, I'll reclip the paper and I'll give it a dry, because that's all the wetting wet that I want to do. Then I'm going to use a lot of stipple and texturing. You can use a sponge if you wish. I think I've mentioned so many times Terry Harrison. Sadly, he died last year. He was a great guy. He used to demonstrate for our art club years ago, and I saw 3 of his demonstrations, and he would do 3 acrylic demonstrations in an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. He was so slick, but he did prepare and use a lot of masking fluid. But I've got one of his demonstrations, which I've bought for £25. Well, hold your, take your headphones off. Now, I've not done one of these Saltmarshes with this type of painting, so we're very much in the dark. So I've used this is going to the larger or the smaller hake, the medium hake. Now I could show you the I'll show you the Terry Harrison demo done with sponges. It's a very, very attractive way of working. He was demonstrating for Taylor Rowney in those, oops, a bit. Let's try it around the back here. Where's it going? Oh, no, there we go. That was paper, blue paper. Oh, nice image of this lady. I'll show you later on there. Oh, unbelievable. Oh yes, I've got it. I won't show you the John Darlison. This was a fabulous demonstration for watercolour. Right, now I can't see that you can see that. That's carefully. Oh God, my boxes are extended behind me, so I'm sort of a bit cramped. Can't get it all in. They're all done with sponges. A little bit of rigor work, of course, but the texturing is done with sponges. They're very, very effective. But you can see he was painted on dry paper to start with, and what happens? It starts to bleed in the wet. Oh, starts to bleed and then stops. But so no, I've told you wrong there. what he did his skies with watercolour for that reason, and then went over with the acrylic. But see the effect you can get with sponges or with stipple. Look, marvellous, absolutely marvellous. I treasure that. Righty-ho. Well, just change my channel. Hold on. I'm listening to the radio here. The headphones. Very interesting politics and right. Finished my bottle. That's still a touch damp. Now you can always just go over that with a bit of heavier cloud, but I'm quite happy with a limpid sky. Right, where's me Hank? Right, okay. So I'll put in some background trees going off into the distance, and I use a little bit of Payne's grey with this. And don't squeeze out too much paint to start with, because you'll waste it otherwise. Right, let's we'll go about there. Now I must, sorry if my head's in the way, but I've got to keep keep this more or less horizontal. This is based on Chichester salt marshes, or Saltmarsh. And we're coming further into the shore, so we'll add a little bit more warmer colour. Now I've got a big bank of trees there. And a bit of warm along there. Okay. So far so good. Nice map, isn't it? Right, okay, now we want to do a bit of background to this tree here. This is on Saunders £90 rough. Got a bit darker in there. Mix of 3 primaries. Right, okay. Let's. I'm going to put in a bit of a puddle, a bit of incoming tide. So now just want a bit of a marshy colour. warmer here. I'm going to use those brushes for stippling. Right, we're going to have to put a bit of dark in there. Oh, I have a bit of green in there. See, by only using a few colours, you have to learn the mixes. Oh, I want a nice green now, so Payne's grey. Nice green, Payne's grey. Right, I'm going to dry that off now. We'll start doing a bit of stipple. So it's headphones off. Right, before I carry on, I just want to get rid of that white and put that pinky colour in. Yeah, so that's reflecting that. Before first of all, I just want to add some warmer trees there in front of that one. So a bit of red, bit of yellow, bit of blue. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look. This is where we've ruined it. Which brush? I can use that one. Break it up a bit. Plenty of water on the palette. And then we're going to go with some darker blues. We work from dark to light, I think. Okay. Right, just let that dry a bit. I'm going to put a little bit of white out. A little white, Italian white that I can lighten the colours with. Just a little bit. Now I put too much. The blue is a bit soppy, and it sort of fell out of the tube. Right, okay. Let's get some nice green. Oops, bit overdone that. Now don't panic. I can lighten all that. So we're going from the warm colours to the cooler colours as we go. Okay, that's it. Let it dry. Plenty of drying here. Oops. I might have gone a bit dark with that, but that's. I'm going to just draw the blinds because the light's now shining on the picture. That might be a good thing, mightn't it? Squeeze out a bit more yellow. Now I am limiting myself to the palette. Can we get out? Ah. Yellow. Touch of blue, touch of Payne's grey. Bit of orangey. Just warm up some of those colours. Right, we're going to put a bit of white now. Line around the edges. And we want some air in there. So get those original colours. A bit of white. Orange. Right, I'll do a bit on the in the foreground now. While that dries off a bit, I might try and take it to that sort of colour. Right, let's get some nice oranges. few poppy things, reds. Whites. It's all marshland. Beautiful area. Just the harbour. Although the harbour is just a series of big inlets, the shape of the coast is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I missed my yellow ochre. Nice lot of colour in. Light green. Some mauvey colour in here, so there's all shadow there. I can put a little bit more of that lighter yellowy green in. And some more mauve in here, just underneath. Right, let's get a rigger. And a bit more white in that, I think. And this should have the effect of when I if I can get the colour right. A bit of dark. That was a much better colour, wasn't it? A bit more autumny. I still might change that to autumn. Clean my brush. Want some light highlighty stuff in there now. Change that again. Or you can just keep going over it as much as you like. Don't think I've improved it. What if I just tone those down a bit? Okay. I'll dry that off again and just see if I can put in a bit more definition in that tree. Trees. When you leave your brushes with the metal ferrules in the water, make sure you get the water out of the ferrule before you use it, otherwise it'll just flood. Right. Well, that's a bit better. Well, I'll give that a try again, and I'm not far from finishing really. I'll just get some rigger work. Right, ready, go. Drop me rigger. So what this does, it opens the mass up. Begins to make a little bit of sense. Okay, let's just go a little bit more. It's a nice green. Okay, well that doesn't look too bad now. No, I don't like that. Go back with that green. Yeah, I lost a bit there, didn't I? Well, I'll put it in a mount and we'll have a look. Keep that away. Bit of tape. Alright, oops. Could always put a bird in. I'll sign it, I think it's worth a signature. Okay, well there we are. First time I've used that brush for stipple. It might be just a bit stiff, it might be better with oil, I don't know. But that didn't come out too bad. Hope you like it. I'll clean the palette and start again. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.